Morning. Morning. To anybody watching, try and bring this a little closer. There we go. Hopefully that's right. Hello. Welcome. I don't know if that's better. But good morning. Good morning anyway. I'm not sure how many people are going to tune in today. It's a change of timetable, 11 o'clock, because I've got to work. Yay! Later, I've got to work at 1. Well, 12:30, 1. So, so I can't do the evening class, which is a shame. But there you go, needs must. We're just going to do a similar flow to what we did yesterday morning. Maybe take it a little bit slower. It's Monday morning. I don't know. I'll decide as we go along. Hope everyone's feeling all right. I've literally just done a 30-minute sort of workout in my backyard with my PT from the gym. Just done like 100 burpees, 100 split jumps, 100 shoulder taps. So yeah, I'm a little bit, if I stop in for a drink sort of like every 5 minutes, then you know why. Right, okay, so we'll get started in a moment. I might actually sort of, for this week, depending on how many people tune in and view the 11 o'clock sessions, I might just decide just to do the Sunday class this week and maybe not do the Wednesday, just because I'll leave this flow up, but yeah, we'll see. I'll see what happens. So yeah, if you just want to come to settle on your mat and maybe grab a block, place the block underneath your sitting bones. That's not even made any difference. And just begin to settle and get yourselves, I'm going to stay here so the focus is a little bit better. Get yourself settled on the mat, come to sitting and just close your eyes and observe your body. Observe the contact points as your knees and your feet come to rest on the floor. Your head might dip slightly, your chin coming towards your chest. Your hands can either be placed on your knees or with your palms facing upwards to invite a little bit more energy into your practice today. And just begin to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. And just come to feel settled and present on your mat. Bring your gaze to the space in between your eyebrows. Allow your mind to gently switch off. As you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, sending the breath in through the belly And then releasing the breath, drawing the navel back towards your spine. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, navel draws back towards your spine. Maybe increase your count of your inhale to 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, belly rises. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Next time you inhale and you reach your count of 4, I want you to pause for 2. And then release for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time when you inhale, begin to send the breath into the rib cage, in the chest, the collarbone, up to your shoulders. And then releasing through your shoulders, your collarbone, your chest, and your rib cage. Finally, drawing the navel back towards your spine. Inhale, send your breath up through your belly, expanding your rib cage into your chest, all the way up to your shoulders. Maybe pause. Exhale, release. Inhale, belly rises. Filling your body up with the prana, vital life force, allowing your mind and your body to become one on the mat. Keep that focus as you breathe in this full yogic breath. On that space between your eyebrows, your third eye center. Where your thoughts, your intuition, and just imagine a black space where nothing else matters except this moment in time. Gently, slowly come back to your regular rhythm of breathing after your last exhale. Dipping your chin towards your chest and fluttering open your eyes. And then we'll begin to move in to creating some space in the body. So, bringing your hands either by your sides or, let me see if this camera light can get any better. There we go. Okay, so bringing your hands to rest by your sides, still cross-legged on your mat. Going to inhale, raise your hands high. And as you exhale, bring your right hand behind and your left hand in front. And twist to the right. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, left hand goes behind, right hand comes in front. Gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, raise those hands high and repeat. Right hand goes back, left hand comes forward and twists to the right. Inhale, raise your hands back to center. Exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Inhale, raise those hands high. Exhale, plant your hands on your knees. And we're going to go into some side body stretches. So, placing your left hand on the floor, I want you to inhale, raise your right hand, and then just open and lengthen out to bringing your right hand over to the left, lengthening your right side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, place your right hand down as you inhale to your left side. Bending over into your left side body, opening up. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale into your right side. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, place your hand down. Inhale, raise that left hand high. Exhale, bring it overhead. Inhale, exhale. Okay, run through some seated cat-cows. So placing your hands on your knees. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, round the shoulders, gaze comes down towards the feet. Drawing that navel in, tucking the bottom rib cage in. As you inhale, draw your shoulder blades together, shine your heart forward, gaze comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your shoulders, rounding your back and draw your navel into your spine. One more time. Inhale into your seated cow. Exhale into your seated cat. Inhale, come all the way back to center. We're just going to remove the block if you're sitting on one, and we're going to come into our tabletop position. Excuse me. So, wrists stacked underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and we begin to move into our cat-cows. So, as you inhale, draw your shoulder blades together, arch your back, tailbone lifts up towards the ceiling, gaze comes up. Exhale, push the mat away, round your back, round your shoulders, gaze comes towards your knees. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Pushing that mat away, drawing that navel up to the spine. Inhale into your cow. And exhale into your cat. Inhale, come all the way back to the center, and we'll go into some threading of the needle. So if you plant your left hand down and really ground into the mat using your left hand, as you inhale, raise your right hand high. As you exhale, bring your right hand through, planting your shoulder and the side of your head on the mat, and really feeling the opening down the right hand side of the body. And breathe here. Keep breathing. And then as you inhale, come all the way back up, bring your right arm above your head and plant your right hand back down. And then we're going to repeat on the second side. So inhale, raise your left hand high. Exhale, thread your left hand through, bringing your left shoulder to the floor and bringing the left side of your face to the floor. So you're facing the opposite direction, and breathe. Inhale, brings that left arm back high. Exhale, plants the left hand on the floor. Okay, we're going to run into some space openers for the body for when we later bring our legs forward while we're in downward facing dog. So I want you to ground down through both of your hands. And as you inhale, lengthen your right leg towards the back of the room, flexing in your right foot. As you exhale, bring your knee to nose. Rounding in that back, pushing the mat away from you, and really see if you can get your knee to touch your nose. Inhale, lengthen that right leg. Flex your right foot. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. This time, place your right toes on the floor, and we're going to rotate over to the right hand side. So pushing down through your right hand. We're going to inhale and lift our left hand and left arm upwards, making sure that our shoulders are stacked onto one another, pushing down and grounding down through your right toes so that your heel is pointing towards the back of the room. And really feeling that lengthening through the left-hand side of the body, the twist on the right and the opening of the chest. Looking up towards your fingers, inhale. Exhale, release your hand, release your leg back to tabletop, and we'll repeat on the left side. Inhale, lengthen your left leg, flex your left foot. As you exhale, round your back, bringing your knee to your nose. Really see if you can touch your nose with your knee as you push the mat away. Inhale, lengthen, flexing your left foot. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, rounding the back, creating some space for your leg to move through. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale, round the back, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And then plant your left toes on the floor. The top of your right foot is still on the floor. And we're just going to rotate to the left this time. So grounding down through your left palm, okay, making sure that all of your fingers are spread wide. We're going to inhale and raise our right hand high. Gaze will be up towards our right fingers, making sure our shoulders are stacked on one another. Relaxing that shoulder and breathing here. Really pushing away with the left heel. Exhale, lower your right hand. Bring your knee back to center, setting up in tabletop once more. And then gently bring your knees out towards the sides. Bring your big toes to touch. Sink your hips back down onto your heels. And then lengthen your arms out towards the front of your mat, bringing your chest down and bringing your forehead to rest on the mat into your child's pose. So your child's pose is a resting posture. Not everybody enjoys child's pose, so if you do feel like you need a rest at all throughout the practice, come to your child's pose, or you can just come to your knees, okay? Take a few breaths in your child's pose. Maybe take this time to set an intention for your class. Maybe some positive words of affirmation. Maybe a bit more energy for a Monday morning. I know I struggled to get out of bed this morning, so might be the same for some other people. So just take a couple more breaths. And then as you inhale, slowly creep the hands back towards your knees, coming into your tabletop once more. So placing your hands flat on the mat, really grounding down through all corners of the hands. Your hands want to be shoulder width apart, your knees want to be hip distance apart, and your feet want to be hip distance apart as well. For anybody wondering, hip distance is about 2 fists worth. That's all it is, okay? So if you want to measure 2 fists in between your knees, if you have tight shoulders, bring your hands wider. This will just give you more space when we're moving down into our down dogs, okay? So making sure the shoulders are stacked under the wrists. We're going to tuck the toes. Inhale, hover the knees off the floor. Exhale, lower. Next time we'll move into our downward facing dog. So inhale, hover your knees. Exhale, lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. And move into your downward facing dog. Gentle bend in the knees as your chest comes towards your thighs and your gaze comes towards your feet. Lengthen out those legs, and if you can, draw your heels down towards the floor. If this is tight on your hamstrings, just keep a gentle bend in the knees in order for your tailbone to lift towards the ceiling. Imagine somebody's got a piece of string attached to your tailbone and they're pulling you up towards the ceiling. all the while keeping your shoulders away from your ears and your ears in line with your biceps. Pedal out those heels, lifting one, lifting the other. Easing out the tension in the hamstrings. Maybe you want to move forward into a high plank. Maybe you want to move backwards. Maybe you want to lift one leg or lift the other. Whatever movement you want to make in your downward facing dog, if it's the first one of the day. And then just come to a place of stillness. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a shortened version of your down dog. So maybe you want to bend in those knees now, just to create some space for your hands to come forward so that your heels can drop down to the floor. And when we're in the shortened down dog, take a breath and then bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle, and we're going to twist. So your gaze comes under your left armpit. Just make sure the shoulders aren't hiked up towards your ears. And breathe here, feeling the twist. Maybe you want to bend your right knee, straighten out that left leg, and then come back to center in your short down dog. Repeat on the left hand side. Keep drawing that tailbone up towards the ceiling. Left hand comes to the outside of your right ankle, and your gaze comes under your right armpit. Inhale comes back to center. Exhale, downward facing dog once more. Normal downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, tiptoe to the front of your mat or step, whatever's comfortable for you. Landing in your forward fold, your Uttanasana. Bend in the knees, soft bend in the knees in order for the chest to come down to the thighs. Head is hanging heavy. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe grabbing both elbows, maybe rocking from side to side. In your ragdoll, really releasing that head, shaking that head, nodding your head. And then placing your right hand in front of your feet, straightening out your left leg. And then inhaling, bringing your left hand high, bending your right knee as we twist to the left. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, plant your left hand on the floor. As you inhale, lengthen that right arm up towards the ceiling, straightening out your right leg and slight bend in your left knee. Gaze is maybe up towards your right fingers. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back to the center. Drop your gaze, drop your head. Inhale to your half lift, straight spine, straight back, crown of your head is forward. Exhale to fold once more into your Uttanasana. Inhale, straight spine all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, we run through a sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. So, come into your Tadasana, your mountain pose at the top of your mat. Your big toes touch, slither of air in between your heels. Take some time to ground here, rooting down through those feet. In order for the energy to rebound up through your legs, engaging your legs and your quads and your glutes, switching on that core, relaxing those shoulders, palms might face forward. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding over your thighs as your chest comes down towards your thighs into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Tailbone lifting up towards the ceiling. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Your bum is lifted, your heels are pushing towards the back of the room, shoulders stacked over your wrists, really grounding down through those fingers so you can root down so the energy is rebounding up through those arms as you inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest down onto the mat, keeping those elbows in at the rib cage, shoulders away from your ears. Root down through the tops of your feet, engage your glutes as you inhale, to your Bhujangasana, lifting and shining that heart forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. Ears come between your biceps, chest comes towards your thighs. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Now your downward facing dog, from here, if you just want to shift your weight forward over your wrists, making sure that your shoulders are stacking on your wrists and coming to your high plank. Okay, if you're over here and your shoulders are over your wrists, then your stance is too short. Okay, so because from your plank, if you're going back to your downward facing dog, your stance should stay the same here, okay? More or less, give or take a couple of inches. So maybe shift your weight from your down dog to your plank a couple of times to ensure that your stance in your down dog isn't too short, okay? So pushing that tailbone up towards the ceiling once more for your downward facing dog. Heels can draw down towards the floor, a slight bend in the knees. Inhale, lifting the heels. Exhale, bending your knees and then walking or stepping to the front of your mat, landing in your forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands above the head, straight spine, Utthita Hasta into Tadasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Okay, we'll go through another round of Surya Namaskar A. Okay, so big toes to touch, so they're in between your heels. Setting up in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Inhale, raise your hands above your head, gaze might follow. Exhale, hinging and folding your hips, coming down into your forward fold. Your Uttanasana, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, bringing your chest down onto the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Inhale into your low cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high for your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. As you inhale, lift your right leg high, squaring off those hips, drawing your left heel down towards the floor. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen that right leg. Exhale, bring your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. This time, as you exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow, reach out your right foot, and then pivot on your left foot and lift your left arm into the air for your fallen star. Really grounding down through that right hand, grounding down through the little toe on your left foot. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, plant your left hand. Step back with your right leg. Come into your 3-legged dog once more. Exhale, lower your right foot into your downward facing dog. We'll repeat on the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Flex your left foot. Draw the heel of your right foot down onto the floor. As you exhale, left knee comes to nose. Inhale, lift and elongate your left leg high. Exhale, left knee comes to right elbow. Inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, bring your left leg through. Left knee to right elbow. Lengthen your left leg. Pivot on your right foot. And lift your right arm into the air. Gaze might be at your right fingers for your fallen star on this side. Right foot is flat. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right hand. Step back with your left foot into your 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. And jump step or walk to the top of your mat. Landing once more in your Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up to standing, hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a drink, guys. You're doing good, well done. Okay. Let's move into our Surya Namaskar B, the twist. So, coming into your Tadasana, mountain pose. Maybe this time a little bit of a gap in between your feet so that you've got a little bit more space to ground in your hips as well. Take an inhale and sit back onto your chair. Imagine there's a chair underneath your bottom. And bring your arms just in line with your ears, lengthening that tailbone down towards the floor. Gaze is up towards your fingers, but make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees, and your weight maybe shifts back into your heels as you try and sit on that imaginary chair. It's your fierce pose, your Utkatasana. Take one breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. As we inhale to prepare, we're going to exhale and twist to the right. So bringing your left elbow over, I'm going to turn this way, bringing your left elbow over your right thigh. And then bringing your hands close to your sternum, keeping that tailbone lengthening down towards the floor. Gaze is up over your right, not over your right shoulder, up towards the ceiling as you twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center, making sure again that those toes are visible over your knees. Inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the left, bringing your right elbow over your left thigh. Gaze is up to the ceiling. Tailbone lengthening down towards the floor. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down through your knees, chest and chin, coming to the floor. Elbows in the rib cage. Pushing through the tops of your feet as you inhale to your Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees. Tuck your toes and send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale, lift your right leg high. And this time, like we did a bit earlier, rounding your back, bringing your knee through to almost touch your nose, but then planting your right foot in between your hands, coming into your runner's lunge. Now make sure that your right knee is stacking over your right ankle. Okay, take a moment to find your balance here, to ground down. Scissor those thighs together as you inhale to rise into your high lunge. Take one breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale to prepare, and then we're going to twist over to the left. So as you exhale, twist over to the right. Bring your left elbow onto your right thigh and twist to the right. You can drop your left knee here if that's easier for your balance, or if you want a bit more of a challenge, keep your knee lifted like mine is. Keep breathing. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, release your hands, and then bringing your left hand on the inside of your right thigh, or your right foot even, and then we're going to twist again to the right. So grounding down through your left hand as you inhale to lengthen through that right arm, gaze coming up towards the ceiling, trying to keep your right knee in towards your left arm rather than your right knee going out. Breathe. And release your right arm. Step back into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, up double cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your left leg high. As you exhale, round your back, bring your knee through to your nose and plant your left foot in between your hands at the top of your mat, coming into your runner's lunge. So grounding down through your 2 feet, scissoring your thighs together as you inhale to rise into your high lunge on this side. Again, making sure that your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Come down onto your knees if this is, come down onto your right knee if this is easier for you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to twist, bringing your right elbow over your left thigh. Gaze is up towards the ceiling, really pushing through those hands. Breathe. Your revolved side angle. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor. This time, bringing your right hand to the inside of your left foot. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale to raise your left hand up towards the ceiling. Gaze can be up towards your left fingers. Drop your back knee if this is easier for you. But make sure that left knee is still in towards the midline rather than coming out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hands down. Step back into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees through chaturanga or coming all the way down to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, bending your knees, tucking your toes, sending your tailbone high into your downward facing dog once more. Gaze towards your feet, ears in line with your biceps. Tailbone lengthening towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Landing in your Uttanasana once more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, take another drink. You're doing really well, guys. Just realised this is quite a challenging class this morning. And I said we were going to do it a bit slower, but hey ho, there you go. It's Monday. Let's get some energy. All right. So, excuse me. Let's go for a modified Surya Namaskar C, moving into Ardha Chandrasana. All right, our half moon. So if you do have a block at this point, or if you have a cushion or a textbook, then please do grab one. You might need it just for balance, or if you prefer to do it without, then that's fair. That's fine. Okay, coming to your Tadasana, your mountain pose once more. Palms facing forwards, ground down through those feet. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, fold, hinge at your hips. Come all the way down onto your Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time step back with your right foot. And come into your runner's lunge. As we take an inhale to rise into our high lunge here. Relax those shoulders, straighten out that torso. Elongate through the sides of the body. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, coming all the way back down. We're going to twist once more like we did before. Inhale, raise your left hand high. Twist to the left. Exhale, lower. Step back into your high plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to your up dog or cobra. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Sending that tailbone high. Drawing those heels down towards the floor, keeping a soft bend in your knees should you need to. Inhale, lift your right leg high. As you exhale, bring your right knee through, planting your right foot in between your hands. And then we're going to set up for our half moon on this side. So, bringing your block in front of you. We're going to shift the weight onto our our right foot. So make sure you're really grounding down through your right foot. As we inhale, shifting the weight forwards, maybe plant your right hand on the block, lifting that left leg high, straightening out your right leg, flexing your left foot. This might be enough for you. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you want to go into full half moon or Chandrasana, rotating the hips around to the left-hand side, making sure that you're trying to stack those hips on one another. Your toes are now facing towards the camera, okay? Flexing that left foot, keeping those hips stacked, and then twisting your body round so that your chest is opening and your shoulders are stacking on top of one another. And then lifting your left hand, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, if you want to take the gaze up towards your fingers, you can. Keep breathing here. Don't hold your breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hand down to the floor. Stepping that left leg up to meet the right. Then coming into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Inhaling to your half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Hands come above your head. Utthita Hasta into Tadasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Okay, second side. So, bringing your big toes to touch into Tadasana once more. Grounding down through all three corners of your feet. Engaging your thighs. As we inhale, raise those hands high. Exhale, surrender down over your thighs, coming down into your forward fold. Chest might touch the thighs. Slight gentle bend in the knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. As you step back with your left foot, coming into your runner's lunge on this side. Scissor those thighs together as you inhale. Oh, sorry, no, so stay on the floor. And we're gonna, we are gonna inhale. We're gonna inhale into our high lunge on this side. Lengthening through the sides of the body, making sure the hips are pointing forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to plant the hands down, bringing the left hand on the inside of the right foot. And we're going to inhale to raise that right hand high. This is the bit that I was getting a little bit confused with. Gaze up towards your right fingers. Exhale, lower your right hand to frame your foot. Step back into your high plank. Inhale here. Exhale through knees, chest and chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your up dog or cobra. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Send that tailbone high. Your weight wants to be evenly distributed between your hands and your feet. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lifting your left leg high. Exhale, bringing your left foot between your hands at the top of your mat. Coming into your runner's lunge once more. We're going to set up again for our Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon. So bringing that block or that cushion or that textbook in front of you. You're going to shift that weight forward. Rooting down through your left foot. As you inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift your right leg, coming into your semi-half moon. Straighten out your left leg. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you want to come into the full posture, rotating the hips round, flexing your right foot, and then stacking your hips on top of one another, stacking your shoulders on top of one another, and lifting that right hand high. Gaze might come up towards your right fingers. Really peel that right shoulder away from your ears, opening out in the chest, and create, don't worry if you wobble, creating length through the sides of your body. Keep your right foot flexed. Breathe. And then lower your hand down to the floor. Stepping your right foot up to meet your left into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Tailbone lengthens towards the ceiling. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, well done. How are we all feeling? Good? All right. Let's move into our flow. So I'm going to move into some warrior postures now. So big toes to touch, so they're in between your heels, setting up in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Inhale, raise your hands high. Breathing out, surrender over your legs, gentle bending your knees as you come down to your Uttanasana, bring your chest towards your thighs, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, step back with your left foot. Pivot your left foot so the outside of your left foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Right toes pointing forwards, gentle soft bend in the right knee. As you inhale to come all the way up into your Virabhadrasana 2, your warrior 2. Widen that stance if you need to, so that your knee is tracking over your ankle. Gaze is down your right middle finger, squaring off that torso. Chest is pointing forwards, hips fall wherever they need to. Breathe here in your warrior 2. Grounding down through your left little toe. Inhale, straighten out your front leg, raise your arms high. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach forwards. As you exhale, bring your right arm to your right knee. And then inhale, raise that left hand high into your extended side angle. Or you can bring it all the way overhead, peeling your left shoulder away from your ear. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, straighten out that front leg, and then pivot your left foot in to set up for your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale. Inhale, reach towards the front of your mat, sending your left hip back. And when you can't reach any further, bring your right arm down. Maybe your hands touch the floor, maybe they touch your shin. As your left hand lifts towards the ceiling, gaze might follow into your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Peel that shoulder away, shift the hips so that the right hip is sending backwards and the right hip is coming forwards and the left hip is moving back. Breathe here. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And then we're just going to set up for our revolved Trikonasana. So bringing your left foot a little bit closer in to your right. And then maybe your left toes point towards the left corner of your mat. I'm going to turn this way because you'll be able to see me then. All right, so setting up for revolved Trikonasana and then coming into revolved half moon. So you don't need to come into revolved half moon if you don't want to. This is just an option. You can just stay in revolved Trikonasana. So revolved Trikonasana, you inhale, raise your hands. Exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, coming all the way down. Maybe you plant your left hand on the floor in front of your right foot, or it can be at the side. Or if you've got that cushion or block hand, you can keep it there. And you inhale to raise that right arm high and revolving your triangle, keeping both legs straight, keeping your shoulders stacked on top of one another. Breathe here. If you want to come into full revolved Ardha Chandrasana, then you can come with me now. So really grounding down through that right foot, keeping your hand on the block if you need to. Bring the block about 10 inches in front of your face. As you shift your weight onto that right foot, lifting your left leg, flexing your left foot, and then revolving that half moon. Don't worry if you wobble. It's Monday morning, it's fine. Lifting that right hand high, peeling that right shoulder away from your ear, flexing your left foot. Breathe. Exhale, release your hand down. Release your leg, bringing your left foot back to meet your right. Landing in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, well done if you tried that. If you just want to stay in your revolved Trikonasana, then that's fine. All right, so we're going to move into it on this side as well. So, yeah, I'm going to stay this way. All right, so, no, I'm not. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me in the warrior. All right, so big toes to touch so they're there between your heels. Set up for your Tadasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Soft bend in the knees, bringing your chest to your thighs, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back with your right foot. Outside of the right foot comes parallel with the top of the mat. Toes on your left foot pointing forwards. Inhale to come all the way into your warrior two. Knee tracking over that ankle. Make sure you can see your toes. Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze is down your left middle finger. Take a moment in your warrior 2. Imagine somebody's pulling your hand back so that your torso is straight rather than forwards. Inhale, straighten out your front leg, raise your hands high. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, raise those hands, straighten that front leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Grounding down through your right little toe as you inhale to reach forwards. Exhale, placing your left arm on your left thigh as you raise that right hand high into your extended side angle. Gaze might be up at your right fingers. Breathe. Draw that right hip back. Inhale, come all the way back up to center. Exhale, hands to hips. Straighten out that front leg. And then heel toe your foot all the way in, setting up for your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Inhale, raise those hands to shoulder height. As we exhale, inhale, reaching forward, sending your right hip back to the back of the room. Exhale, bringing your hand down to meet your left shin or your left ankle, or it can come to the floor, lifting that right arm high, stacking your shoulders on top of one another. Gaze is up towards your right fingers. Really bring that left hip forwards and send that right hip back so that you're opening the side of your body. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to hips. And then step forward to prepare for your revolved Trikonasana. So your right toes want to be pointing towards the right corner of your mat, and your left toes are just pointing forwards. This is the part where I'm going to turn this way. You can stay where you are unless you're not positioned well enough to see me, and then you can turn yourself around, but it's up to you. Okay, so grabbing a block again if you need one. If you want to just come into revolved Trikonasana, that's fine. It's totally up to you. So, grounding down through both of your legs, making sure that both legs are straight. Inhale, raise those hands. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, coming forwards, planting your right hand on the floor or a block, just either in front or on the inside of your right foot or on the outside of your right foot. And then as you inhale, lift that left arm and rotate to the side. So you're feeling that twist. You're bringing your hips in line with one another so that you're twisting round and those shoulders are stacked. Keep grounding down through the back heel. Breathe. If you want to stay here, you can. If you want to come into full revolved half moon with me, then you feel free to do that. Grab your block. And then once you're stable on your block, ground down through your left foot. As you shift your weight forward, raising your right foot high, flexing that right foot, and revolving your Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hands down. Bring that right foot back to meet your left. And then come into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Hands come above your head. Gaze might follow. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, well done, guys. Take a drink. It's a bit of a testy flow there. So we're going to come down onto the floor now. And we're going to end our practice soon. Inhale, raise those hands high. Breathing out as you surrender down over your thighs. Bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, place your hands down. Step or jump back into your high plank or chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Untucking your toes and coming really not, sorry. That is a lot better, isn't it? Should have done this before. This is all, just ignore me. Coming all the way down onto your mat. Okay, and we're going to set up for our Salabhasana, our locust pose. So, placing the tops of your feet into the mat, and then bringing your arms out to the sides with your palms facing down, your fingers pointing towards the back of the room. And you want to draw your shoulders away from your ears, engaging through your glutes. As you inhale, just peel your chest off the floor, shoulders come away from your ears and lift those arms. Just like we would do in Bhujangasana, low cobra. You can keep your feet on the floor at this point. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. Shine that chest forward, shoulders draw back and away from the ears, and you're engaging through the glutes. Exhale, lower. This time we'll move into full Salabhasana. So, inhale, raising that chest, pushing the heart forward. As you exhale, lift your feet as well. So try bringing your feet together. And then as you keep breathing, inhale to prepare. Exhale, maybe you can shine that chest forward a little further. Drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Really maybe balancing on your hip bones, your pelvis. Exhale, lower all the way down. And just bring your hands underneath your head. Placing your forehead on top of your hands. And then we're just going to shake the hips from side to side slightly, just to ease off the lower back. And then we're just going to roll over onto our backs. And coming up into Dandasana, our staff pose. So I want you to bring your left foot in close to your body and then press it over your right thigh. So we're going to just finish off with a couple of little twists. So flexing that right foot, bring your right arm around your left thigh, keeping that back straight. Bring your left arm behind you, and we're just going to twist to the left. Keeping the integrity of the spine, keeping your right foot flexed. Maybe your gaze can come over your left shoulder. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Release your left leg and we'll repeat on the other side. Right leg comes in. Right leg comes over your left thigh, flexing your left foot. Left arm comes round your right thigh. Right arm comes behind you, straightening out that back, and then gazing and twisting over to the right. Gaze coming over that right shoulder, drawing the right shoulder away from the ear, keeping your left foot flexed. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. Release your right leg. And then drawing your legs and your knees in towards your chest. We're just going to balance on our sit bones as we raise our feet high like this. Arms coming out to the side into our Navasana, our boat pose. Shine that heart forwards. And then we're just going to release gently, coming down all the way onto the floor. Once you're on the floor, just give yourself a second to just take a moment, collect your thoughts, and then bringing both knees in towards your chest. And then we're going to send the legs over to the left-hand side. Bringing your right arm out to the side, gaze over your right hands. And then bringing your knees back to center. We're going to repeat on the other side. So sending your knees out to the right, bringing your left arm out, gaze down your left fingers. Inhale, bringing your knees back to center, giving yourself one last big hug. And then releasing your legs all the way down onto the floor. Bringing your feet to the edges of your mat, the corners of your mat, letting your arms come by your sides, and your palms facing upwards. Allowing your body to become heavy. Allowing your feet and your legs, your torso to melt into the mat. Make sure those shoulders are shifted away from the ears. Relax the head into the mat. Maybe draw your chin slightly down to keep the length of the neck. Close the eyes. Soften your jaw. Soften your face. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. Shavasana. And gently just allow your awareness to come back to your body, back to your breath, back to the sound of my voice, back to your room, back to your mat. If you want to allow your Shavasana to linger a little longer, if you want to stay just rooted, then you can. Take a deep breath in through the nose for those who are going to finish. And release through the mouth. One more time, breathing in that new revitalized air, that new breath, and releasing anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Draw your knees into your chest. And then gently rocking over to your right hand side. And then slowly bringing yourself up to sitting, keeping your gaze soft and your eyes closed if you wish. Dipping your chin towards your chest. Bringing your hands together at heart center, namaste. Thank you for practicing with me this Monday morning. I hope that this practice has given you some energy and some encouragement to dive into this next week with as much positivity as you can. Take one final breath in through the nose to seal the practice and out through the mouth. Namaste. Thanks, guys. I'm going to try and have a look at the lighting because it's not ideal. Again, my hair is a mess. I'm going to try and have a look at the lighting and see if I can move a few things around because I know it's not ideal. But thanks for bearing with me, and nothing is perfect. We can't always be as Instagrammable or as YouTube worthy as the next person, but we do try. So take care, have a nice day, and I will hopefully see you Wednesday morning. Tell your friends. Thanks, bye.